Recently, I got some comments of people talking about this character right here, Ryuto. So, it seems like you guys have some questions regarding him, and the biggest one, if he and Ryuga are actually brothers. Well, let's get into that. What's up, ladies? It's Josh from basesupply.com, and today I'm going to be talking about Ryuto. And the biggest question are Ryuto and Ryuga brothers? So, before we actually get into this discussion, and I do have the answer for you guys, so before I get into all of that, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. We did it last time. I think we can do it again, guys. So, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Now, anyways, I do want to make a quick note. I made a community tab announcement like this week talking about my Blue Yeti that came in, and I said this weekend, which is today, I would use it in my first video. So this is the video. If you guys can actually tell a difference in my audio, you are the GOAT. Let me know in the comments if you can. If you can't, well, now you know I have a Blue Yeti that I will be using for all my future discussion videos and theory videos. Now, enough about the Yeti and my new purchases. Let's talk about Ryuto. So, who is this guy? Well, he is a minor character. He's not like a main character. He's a minor character. Frequently showing up in the Miss Mountain arc of Metal Fury and a little bit after that. But not really. So Ryuto is basically a treasure hunter, and he's known for a lot of his discoveries apparently. And the way he even gets introduced in the show is Jinka and his gang meet him in Miss Mountain. It's that arc that I just talked about. So Jinka and his gang, they meet him, and this guy's in search of the star fragment. So yeah, yada yada yada. He ends up battling Jinka. They fight. It's cool, and then we get to see his awesome Beyblade. One of my personal favorites, honestly. I mean, look at this thing. It's so beautiful. So yes, Ryuto is the owner of Omega Dragonis. Now, Omega Dragonis, let's talk about this for a little bit too. It's the second Beyblade, literally the second Beyblade that's based off a dragon in Metal Fight, excluding Zero G. I don't count Zero G. So, in Metal Fusion, Metal Masters, and Metal Fury, Omega Dragonis is the second and only other dragon Beyblade, with the first being El Drago, obviously. So, Omega Dragonis is based on the constellation Draco, which ironically was called Omega Draconis, and it's this name of the constellation. It's like wordplay that TT did. That's where Omega Draconis got its name from. It got it from the constellation Omega Draconis. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, so like it was actually an anime only Beyblade, but then CoroCoro released it in the Strongest Dragonis 4D guide with a purple fusion wheel for some reason. So if you look up Omega Dragonis, you're going to see a purple fusion wheel. Doesn't make sense, but they did it. But yeah, that guide was pretty cool. It showed like Beyblade news, strategies, recommended combos, and gameplay tips, and I think some other stuff. But it was pretty cool. It actually released January 20th, 2012, which is wow, like over a decade ago, guys. This thing is old. So yeah, but then Hasbro came along about like a year later, maybe a year and a half later, and dropped the Spark Effects version, which it gave it another recolor. And after that, this is the only release we got with an anime accurate colorway of Omega Dragonis. And that was when Hasbro dropped the Beyblade Legends version of Omega Dragonis. It had the same blue energy ring and the purple bluish whatever spin track and tip, but the wheel was not purple. It was silver, just like it looks like in the anime. So shout out Hasbro, probably the only good thing that they've ever done. But yeah, so enough about Ryuto and his Beyblade Omega Dragonis. Let's talk about the big question regarding him and Ryuga. So the reason a lot of people think that they are related is just because of how similar they are. I mean, TT and the storyline writers knew exactly what they were doing with this character, guys. I mean, for starters, the name Ryuga, Ryuto, I mean, they're both five-letter names that both start with RYU. I mean, come on, guys. Ryuga, Ryuto, like, there's that. Second, they're the only two bladers, excluding Zero G again, only two bladers that have dragon Beyblades. And I'm gonna get into why that is, because there actually is a reason why Ryuto also has a dragon Beyblade, but I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But yeah, they both have dragon Beyblades, and they have similar hairstyles. So if you look at their hair, it's like the style of it itself is very similar, and they're like white, grayish colored. And big thing is they both have this red streak in their hair. Only difference is that Ryuga has his on the left side of his head, and Ryuto has his on the right side of his head. Now, me personally, I think this was a little play at how Ryuga's Beyblade is left spin, so his red mark is on the left side of his head, and Ryuto's Beyblade is right spin, so his red mark is on the right side of his head. I don't know, it could just be a coincidence, but yeah, they both have very similar hairstyles. Another thing, their eyes, they're both gold, and also the way these guys dress, very similar clothing. So people really thought that Ryuga and Ryuto are brothers for all those similarities that I just mentioned, but also the biggest reason is because my man Ryuto literally called Ryuga his brother. Okay, so I know what you're thinking, right? The similarities are one thing, but if this guy called Ryuga his brother, then doesn't that make them brothers? Well, here is the confirmed answer to this age-old question. I'm about to give it to you. The real answer is no, they are not brothers. I know. You're disappointed. It sucks. But now we can ask the question, if they're not brothers, why does Ryuto call Ryuga his brother? Now, the reason for that is actually goes back to the Dragon Clan. Now, if you haven't seen my video on whether Ryuga's actually dead or not, it's like a 30-minute long video, and I talk a lot about this stuff, about the Dragon Clan and how that's a very real concept in the Beyblade storyline. So if you haven't seen it, you can watch it up here, but I'm just going to go over the Dragon Clan stuff again. So there was a screenshot basically from the anime, from the manga, taken straight from the manga, that I'm going to include here, that I also included in the other video, but I'm going to go over it again. So this storyline talks about the Dragon Clan. Now I'm going to read it to you. The Dragon Clan consisted of extraordinary individuals previously called the Highlanders. They lived in wild and unknown regions, dedicating themselves to perfecting the art of Beyblading with dragon-type Beyblades. You heard that? Dragon-type Beyblades. Exclusively dragon-type Beyblades. Okay, let's continue. However, due to life in a particularly harsh environment, the size of their group decreased little by little, and today their descendants only number a few. They are spread across the four corners of the globe, living far away from civilization. And then it talks about how Doji discovered Ryuga, who's one of the ancient kings, yada yada yada, but the Dragon Clan is real, guys, and as of right now, we only know of 3 members currently, and that's obviously Ryuga, it's Ryuto, and Sakyo. So, like I said, my Ryuga video that I posted that was 30 minutes long, I talk a lot about Sakyo and the descendants, but just really quick, I'll talk about it again very quickly. Ryuto and Sakyo, they both come from villages that have descendants of the Dragon Clan. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, going back to what I said before, Ryuto calls Ryuga his brother in the MFB series because it's literally according to the law of the clan. So in accordance to the law of the Dragon Clan, all higher ups, aka the kings, like, you have to refer to them as brother. So the truth is that since Ryuga is an ancient king of the Dragon Clan, everybody, not just Ryuto, everybody in that clan refers to him as brother. I think Ryuto even says big brother. He might, I don't know, but that is the real reason. And some proof on how that actually got confirmed is that other than that screenshot from the manga that I showed you before, is also a screenshot of a tweet that Takafumi Adachi, the creator of Metal Fight, said himself. So here's a screenshot. Somebody said, "Dear Takafumi Adachi, I love Beyblade so hard with all my life, all the year Beyblades start." This guy didn't really word it correctly. The grammar isn't 100%, so I'm just gonna kind of fill in the blanks. But he says, I love Beyblade so hard with all my life, from Beyblade start to end. I know the whole anime and manga, and my question is, can you upload a picture about the full family Kishatu? I mean, Ryuga and Ryuto with his parents. I really want to see mommy and his dad. Thank you. So, again, this user was under the impression that Ryuga and Ryuto are brothers, and Takafumi Adachi responded, saying, "In fact, Ryuga and Ryuto are not real brothers. My manga editor wrote Ryuto is the brother of Ryuga, but I was the opposite. Because Ryuga is the ancient king of the dragon people, he was long cold sleep, he was awakened by Doji. Ryuto is a family of Ryuga, a descendant man. Ryuto, in accordance with the law of the clan, he calls Ryuga the brother. Their parents are different." So there you have it. In accordance with the law of the clan, you do have to refer to the kings or the higher ups as brother. And since Ryuga is this ancient king, everybody refers to him as brother. So thank you, Takafumi Adachi, for confirming that they are not brothers and also giving us some details on how that works in the Dragon Clan. So, yeah, going back to this picture though, you do kind of see how Ryuga is at this top line and how he has a direct link to Sakyo, but no one else that we know of are true dragon true Dragon Clan blood. Ryuga is the only one that is 100% Dragon Clan. Sakyo is a descendant, and Ryuto is also a descendant. Now, it's kind of weird because Sakyo looks nothing like Ryuga. Ryuto literally looks like exactly like Ryuga, just like a little brother. I mean, if you look at them side by side, they literally look like older brother, younger brother. But Ryuto, just like Sakyo, came from a village full of descendants from the Dragon Clan. So there is Dragon Clan blood in Ryuto, but he's not 100%, and in no way, shape, or form is he directly related to Ryuga in the relationship of a younger brother or a son or a nephew, anything like that. Technically, he does have some distant relation to Ryuga because they're all from the same clan, but like I said, it's not real 100% Dragon Clan relation that Ryuto and Ryuga share. So, yeah, guys, that pretty much is the video. If you didn't really know about Ryuto, I hope this answers some questions for you. If you haven't seen the Metal Fury anime, it's a really dope arc, and when Ryuto comes, it's pretty cool. I love Omega Dragonis, and this should explain why Ryuto has an Omega Dragonis, because like I said before, Dragon Beyblades were exclusive to the Dragon Clan members, and Ryuto, being part of the Dragon Clan, or being a descendant of the Dragon Clan, explains why he has Dragonis, a Dragon Beyblade. It also explains why Sakyo has Dragoon, another Dragon Beyblade. But yeah, unfortunately, people, Ryuga and Ryuto are not brothers. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not related, because like I said, since Ryuga is this ancient king, Ryuto is a descendant of, not really of Ryuga himself, but they do kind of share blood. They're all from the same clan. So, kind of, but in terms of them being siblings, no, they're not. So, hope you guys got a clear answer on that. A lot of people asked me to make this video. So if you have an idea on a future video discussion theory, something you're not 100% on, leave a comment in the comments below and I will gladly make a video on it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't liked this video, like the video right now. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.